Buenos dias.
Patio.
What? No.
Welcome to the Patio Hour. This is your host, Nathan Binder.
That was the stupidest intro ever.
Well, we are known for them. Some of our trademarks. All right, well, I'd like to welcome you to this lovely Midsummer's podcast. You know, we were going to go straight through podcast every week, but then summer hit, and, you know, who wants to do that?
Hey, it's a little enjoyable. I mean, besides all like the mic checks and the level adjustments,
And the work that we put in for you people.
Yeah, and the research, the raw research.
Also, I think you're a little louder than me. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay,
so
yeah, I had
speaking
to
of
do
mic
that
checks,
for
I'm just
the earlier recording session hosted here in Patio 727 Studio.
Like I said,
Alright.
we like to you know, humanize ourselves.
Humanize.
Okay, now I'm not loud at all. You definitely turned down the
No,
wrong one. All right, this is me talking.
this is me talking.
Oh, you turned us both down.
This is me talking.
This is me talking.
The levels are the same.
Whatever. Anyway, we were talking, and what we do is Tyler and I,
Might be
like, you may
louder.
not realize it happens, but we have great conversations, and then we just never record them. And then so when we're all like great convoed out, we come on here and provide you with the usual dreck.
Nice.
But we stopped halfway through this conversation, and hopefully we can regain its sparkle.
Sparkle.
I was talking to Tyler about Sons of Anarchy and True Blood, and I was like, you know,
There's that whole suspended judgment thing.
yeah, like you have to like allow yourself to get past certain elements of the show to really begin to love it. And Tyler's criticizing that. I think it's like a good thing that the show can like still bring you in, even with like its ridiculous elements, like an over-the-top motorcycle club or vampires and werewolves.
Yeah, but while maybe the show's good in that it can still bring you in, but why would I want to let myself allow it to be good when I know that I don't really like it? So watching it is kind of a waste of time, especially, I mean, I don't know, vampires and giant motorcycle clubs.
I mean, yeah, I do like those shows, though. It's just like the first 3 episodes of True Blood, like I was interested, but I was like, Jesus, at the same time, what am I watching right now? And then eventually I just got completely over that, and now I love the show. Same with Sons of Anarchy. Like, I stopped watching it for the first 2 seasons because I was like, you know, I love this show, but sometimes it's just a little too over the top for me. You know, it's like a frat loyalty to the max, so it's just kind of ridiculous. And then like I saw like a clip of it on TV, and I was like, oh, I used to watch that show, and then I checked it out again, and I had sort of forgotten about my problems with it, and now it's one of my favorite shows.
That's good.
That's what Tyler says when he's been defeated in an argument.
Or when he's been zoning. But either way, don't watch motorcycle shows.
No, it's good. Jack's Tyler, man. He's
Alright.
a badass. So I went to Boys State last week.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Boys State is Florida's premier youth leadership program.
Come on,
It's
keep it real.
all right, on the real though. It's like it's this program where it's like they pay for you. The American Legion pays for you to go to Tallahassee or any state, really, your state capital, for a week and learn about like government and be proud of your country. And it originally started in the 30s to combat the Hitler Youth movement overseas. But like I went last week, and it's pretty much just the American version of the Hitler Youth movement. I mean, there's a lot of praying that goes on, a lot of God bless
Whoa,
America.
what are you talking about now?
Boys State.
That is being compared to the Hitler's Youth?
Yeah, well, it's like the same like jingoistic spirit, you know, like the motherland. It's like you may not think it's harmful, but there were kids like behind me talking about assassinating Obama, and you know, because there's a Republican on stage riling him up about cutting taxes. So I mean, but still, it was still a pretty great experience. A lot of really smart people, a lot of smart conservatives, which is something that I didn't think existed. But there were kids with Republican politics.
Really?
There were what?
About smart conservatives?
Yeah, actually, I was talking to my dad, and he said Marco Rubio is like a very smart conservative, and he says those are the ones you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good experience. It's mainly the people. Just a lot of smart kids, a lot of kids that you can sympathize with. And like when you go through like a terrible experience with someone, it usually bonds you to that person in one way. That's how like Hermione and Ron and Harry became friends when they were threatened by Fluffy. And it's sort of like that. Like the closeness that people get within a 1 week period is like multiplied because of how just horrific the week is, and the triumphantness when you return, or when it's over. So it was a great experience. I would do it again, but I still wasn't very passionate about the American portion of it, and neither were a lot of my constituents. Which is not an accurate word, but I learned it at Boise State, so I'm gonna show off my new knowledge. But I was there with friend V, and he was taking all the America stuff as sarcastically, if not more sarcastically, than I was, and so were several of my surrounding Boise Staters. But then the majority were, the God Bless America type.
Yeah, that's interesting how, as youths, you clash politically, when to you it doesn't even matter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true, because we're not of voting age. I remember I campaigned for Obama back in 2008, though, which was pretty ridiculous now that I think about it, because I was like 11 years old. I think that was the point when I was considered myself a Democrat because my parents were Democratic. Or Democrats, not for any real reason. But I was watching this great show, The Newsroom.
Is it that great?
I don't know. I love it, but I was reading reviews because I was like, I love the show, and I always to think
the first I don't know, the pilot, it was okay on the first watch, but on the second watch it seemed kind of cheesy.
I agree. I watched
really
it twice
cheesy.
too, and the second time I watched it, it was still good. But the things that were drawing me in before, but yeah, I love the show, but I looked it up and just see what other people are saying, because I always like to read other reviews, and it was generally positive. It was a 57 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is not that great, but they were saying you either love it or you don't, and it has to do with Aaron Sorkin's style of dialoguing and making a show, and he does all his shows in a similar style, like The West Wing, and but I don't know, I love it, and I've been watching it, and honestly, with every episode, I like it more and more, and it's kind of funny because the main character is registered Republican, and but they're doing these news shows where their thing is they're just going to present the facts. Not like Fox News presents the facts, but the actual facts. And through presenting the facts, everyone begins to see it as a liberal TV show, because the facts are so ardently against anything Republican. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought that was kind of the message that Aaron Sorkin was trying to put in there. I'm not sure how we got onto this.
I don't know. I kind of believe that there's equal, I don't know, fraud and misleading and propaganda and slinging between both parties.
I think it's about 75-25. Or no, 70-30.
I don't know. Maybe that's just how you feel. It'd be hard to know good propaganda.
Yeah, but the liberals have gone down in history as being terrible at publicity, And also mainly because they're usually always on the defense because the Republicans know how to attack.
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't really align myself to either one.
Oh, neither could I.
And
at least I couldn't align myself to any American political parties. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if there's ever going to be a day when I'm not voting Democrat. Yeah, I met this kid at
You know what? Speaking of American political parties, let's speak of the opposite. Or what if what if people were not divided up by countries but by political parties?
Well, that happened.
Countries are
there was a
political
little
parties.
war. There was a little war that
But
went on back in like the 1860. It was called the Civil War, and it was actually a very similar scenario.
No, the entire world.
Oh, the entire world.
Yeah, because I mean we're globalizing. We're I don't know the exact like geo.
You know, it's interesting
term,
that you should say that.
We're networked, you know.
Uh-huh.
We're networked as far as intelligence goes, or at least we're getting there. So
I actually have a comment on that. In at Boise State, they divided us up into mainly three. We had our city, we had our county, and we had our political party. And the main division that they tried to encourage was like the political party. Like you would have the Federalists and the Nationalists, and each party would have their own rallies, and it was a competition to see who took the most positions in office. And I was thinking, well, this is dumb because we're really competing by our city. Like for example, the a candidate for governor from my city won governor, and he was a Federalist, but all the Nationalists in our city voted for him because your city in this situation was something that you believed in and were proud of, and so you went with your city. And I think it's almost the same way with like what you're saying, political party, like the inverse, because I was born here, but like other than that, what is my allegiance to America? Whereas everything I believe in. Yeah, that's the whole thing
I can't get with sports, you know? Like ultimately the match or the link that the fan and the team has is random.
Yeah, it is.
You know, just like your nationality and, you know, to an extent, religion and ethnicity.
Yeah. Well, the thing with sports is not that like it really matters, but I think the way it is sports are competitive and the fans are competitive, and it's a lot funner to align yourself with one side.
Yeah,
like I know when I'm watching football and it's two teams I'm not even concerned about, I usually pick the team that's losing and root for them like the entire time.
Yeah, I do that, but I don't get attached
not
to a team.
Not because I'm a prick, but because it's usually funner to watch a comeback.
When I do watch games, I always root for the losing team.
Yeah, it's not like, I have faith in the underdogs. It's just it's a lot funner to watch a comeback than a trouncing.
Right. I mean, you're hoping for what's already kind of happened. And that's not fun.
So there's a lot of new music came out today. I really haven't got a chance to listen to any of it, so all of this is going to be complete hearsay. But a new Dave Matthews Band track came out that I thought was pretty interesting. I did listen to that. It was called Mercy. It was a little on the boring side, but I did like the lyrics. They were sort of like about faith in yourself, not God. So I would check that out. A new Killer single came out. I can't remember the name. That's how mediocre it was. So I would slide over that and just wait for the album to come out. A new Nas album came out, which I'm not really that interested in, but I know Tyler likes Nas, and I'll probably listen to it just to check it out. And then the thing I'm most excited for, a new Modest Yahoo album came out, which I can tell just by what I've heard is going to be terrible because Modest Yahoo has become a sellout.
Yeah. I was hearing them on 97X.
I mean,
or buzz about them anyway.
His live shows, I would still see him live because his live shows he plays his good stuff. You know, the stuff from Shake Off the Dust to Rise and Young, but like the new albums are just like these pop. Like for example, there's dubstep on the newest album.
Oh.
Not like a full dubstep song, but you know, like one of those songs that sort of samples dubstep in the beat, and then it's like these overproduced, ridiculous beats compared to
what
sort
the
of
hell
like
is what is dub? I don't even understand like why dubstep is a whole other distinction of a genre.
Yeah, no,
you know, it's just I don't know. It's just techno with that one noise, the bub noise.
Whoa.
I don't understand. You know, it's just like that one patch on the synthesizer. It seems to me. I don't understand. Why is it? I don't.
Well,
get it.
maybe it's like saying like metal and alternative rock, like they sort of all fall under the like electronic music and rock and roll, but there's a huge difference.
But this is more like metal and heavy metal.
You think?
Dubstep and I guess techno. In general.
Jazz and smooth jazz.
No. Oh, we should listen to some jazz. Yeah, that sounds good.
I don't know. I'm going to the 311 Slightly Stupid concert. So we're listening to some Slightly Stupid right now. 311's actually the band I'm going to see, but I want to get more acquainted with Slightly Stupid.
Yeah. Appreciate the whole performance as much as you can, right?
Yeah, I think they're going to be fun live, but they're not really a band I would listen to in my free time. Just like Sublime, like I like Sublime or Sublime when the singer was alive, not that new Rome fag. They're just good bands live, but kind of boring on the track. Yeah. So that's that. That's Batman comes out Friday. I couldn't be more pumped for anything except for the concert.
Batman.
Can you put on the Radiohead Pandora? Make a that would please me, because Radiohead is really they've risen to my second favorite band in a very short period of time. They ousted Weezer, which Weezer's been one of my favorite bands since like 5th grade. Oh, another new single to come out. I should mention this because this is the band that like I don't really listen to anymore, but I really owe it to them, and I think pretty much every 5th grader does. Like this is when I started developing my own really personal taste in music. Was with the band Green Day.
Yeah, that was the first band that I heard that I actually really liked.
Yeah, I mean
it was in 5th grade. Yeah, my friend had an iPod just full of Green Day.
Yes, I was. We all did. Me and my friend Tyler and a couple other kids, and it's like I grew up listening to the Beatles, and like swing, and Nora Ephron, like all the stuff that or Nora Jones and all the stuff that my parents liked, and I all like that stuff, but I really haven't retained any of it except for the Beatles. So like Green Day was like the band that like, it's kind of funny. It's a punk band, and it was like my first taste of individualism. I don't really listen to them anymore. Like I buy an album when an album comes out, almost out of loyalty. But it's they came out with a new single and it was pretty mediocre. But I'll probably buy the album anyway. They're doing something that's actually pretty ambitious. They're releasing 3 albums, 3 12-song albums, called Uno Dos Tres over like a period of
Who's this?
Green Day.
Green Day?
Over like a period of like 4 months. And they all have like the first one's like power pop, the second one's like garage punk, and the third one is like anthemic.
And what?
Anthemic, like anthems, It's funny, I said Radiohead, and here we are listening to Ornette Coleman.
Ornette, and I will put Radiohead on in a bit.
Okay. Radiohead's a great band. You guys should check it out. Check them out. What were we just talking about?
Ornette Coleman.
No, before that.
You don't like avant-garde jazz?
I don't like avant-garde jazz. We can talk about that. Actually, I don't have anything against it. It's not like a musical genre I condemn. It's just not something I like to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's something I can enjoy over a lot of other stuff, but I don't know. I'm a big words guy.
Yeah.
And a big vocals guy. I mean, the music. Fish is my favorite band, so I mean, I like the music too. But
I listen to it when I'm tired of other music. When I'm tired of hip hop. I'm tired of I don't know, this modern jazz. I'm tired of the straight stuff. And I'm tired of blues. I like this. Oh, I mean, there's a little tolerance for light rock like Nirvana, and even a lesser tolerance for metal. But when I'm tired of all those things, I usually turn to this and refresh myself.
Yeah, I guess I do jump around. I was getting back into reggae, which used to be my favorite genre of music, and I was doing that, and it just felt good in the summer. And then there was this band that me and my friend Danny were listening to called the Monsters and Men, and we were listening to them. We would just play their CD constantly in the car. And then we started to get over them. I was like, well, how come we never listen to Monsters and Men anymore? And he said, oh, well, they're a winter band. And I guess it's sort of true. You just sort of begin to associate bands with certain things, and then it doesn't feel right to listen to them.
Yeah.
I remember I went on a cruise when I was first started to really get into Eminem. So I listened to Eminem the entire cruise ship, and now whenever I listen to him now, I think about the feelings that I felt on the cruise. They sort of
yeah. That's a nice feeling, though.
It is a nice feeling indeed.
Isn't it nice when a song not only comes with, audio, music, but also a feeling?
Definitely. That's why Radiohead's become one of my favorite bands, is because it keeps me entertained in my mind like the same way Fish does, but it also evokes an emotional response, and it's almost like some of the songs it's almost primal when I react to them. The way I feel about them is almost primal.
Yeah, I used to have that with I mean that more primal feeling. I used to have that back when I listened to Metallica a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know now. What the fuck? Now I don't get that feeling as much. I listen to music a different way now. I don't know. I mean, I can get it, with sometimes, the clicking of the right song for the right moment. But,
yeah. And I think movies sort of do a good job of syndicating that, where they put a song to a scene in the movie, and then every time you hear that song, you think of that movie, and then you think, oh, I should watch that again.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good marketing tool, now that I think about it.
Yeah, just about everything you see is the result of
marketing, advertising. Yes. I guess that's true. I like honest advertising. My car had to get an oil change today, and the guy was I saw an old bag of donuts, and my dad's like, "Oh, you guys have donuts?" And the guy goes, "Yep, come by every Saturday and Wednesday. We have donuts." And I mean, that is advertising to me, because I'm not gonna go somewhere because it psychologically appeals to me and I just don't know about it. It's part of my subconscious. I'm gonna go to a place if they're offering free donuts. That is how you advertise, gentlemen. You need to move past all the psychological stuff and just realize that free stuff is gonna bring people in.
They just need to figure out how to put donuts through the television.
Yes, I think Willy Wonka actually did that in the terrible Johnny Depp version.
He did the donut?
It was a Wonka bar, and like you could reach into your TV.
Yeah, why'd you say in the terrible Johnny Depp version? He did that in the original too with
Oh, he did?
Can't remember his name.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he did a Wonka bar.
Well, it's been done before.
But we have to change it. We have to do it with a donut, and we have to do it for real.
Yeah. This is our mission.
Just a slight change of plans.
We should make like one of those Kickstarter things for, a
Kickstarter.
It's like this website where you can put a project in and like to raise money, and like at certain donation levels you reward people.
Oh yes.
So our reward is like, the reward is in itself. The success of the project.
That's a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw the new Spider-Man.
You saw it?
I saw the new Spider-Man. It was honestly exactly like what I expected. Like, I liked it, but I wasn't passionate about it. I didn't like it better than the original. I'll probably see the sequel, but I'll never rewatch it. It was just like pretty good. It was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as the Tobey Maguire version. I did like the female lead a lot more. Like I always thought that Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane always did like a pretty lame job. Like I always thought she was just kind of dull. And like nothing really attracted me to her, but the Emma Stone plays Gwen Stacy, the new love interest, and I really liked her. She had sort of some spunk and some humor, and like I feel like putting humor in these movies is like the new thing. Like the Avengers was pretty funny, and this movie was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Like Batman's not that funny. I mean, there's a few jokes to lighten it up, but it's a lot more serious. And
if Batman was one more notch of Batman, it'd be fucking hilarious.
That's true. Like once you get Robin in there, I'm sorry, this movie becomes a completely different animal.
Yeah.
Oh God. Can we put on Radiohead? I've listened to this song for so long.
It's only been 9:46. All right, one more from Radiohead.
No,
because you did like 3 songs, so I'll do 2 songs.
Radiohead, you don't have it. You have to make it.
Let's do some.
No, you.
Oh yeah, let's do some.
No, I'm gonna kill you.
Derek Trucks. No, some early stuff. It's
no,
it's really.
You promised me Radiohead.
I did.
We're gonna listen to Radiohead, or I swear I'm gonna throw a tantrum.
This one song is only like 3 minutes long.
All right, so we listen to this and then Radiohead for 10 songs.
I can't agree to that.
Oh, you just shook my hand, so.
No, I didn't.
Listeners, you didn't see it, but it happened. He goes back on this.
Okay, it's 5 minutes 30.
Tyler Bowles
but
is
you'll
a
dig
liar.
It. And if it gets boring, I'll just put on Radiohead. But I think you'll like it. Yeah, this is good. I mean, he can't really play jazz yet, but he can still play guitar.
You may want to pause the situation.
No, we can comment on it as we listen.
All right, you comment on it.
Well, I like the build up. That is a little Coltrane-ish. That's very Coltrane-ish. I mean, it shows how he's a fan. And I don't think he treats the melody any differently from the original. But I mean, I think it's fresh enough just being played like this. You know, electric slide guitar. I think that's different enough from just, you know, the original.
I like the bass line.
Yeah. The bass line is pretty smooth. I can't tell if it's a bass or a B3, an organ.
Oh yeah. Sounds like a bass to me. Like a stand-up bass.
No. It's too
Resonant.
Yeah.
It's not really sandy enough.
The beats are I don't know, connected more smooth than a bass.
Man, if they can't hear the song right now, this is gonna be so boring.
They can hear it faintly. Now they can really hear. You know what? This is not legal.
It's what?
Not legal.
What?
What we're doing?
What are we doing that's not legal?
Playing the song.
Oh, yeah. No, we're endorsed. I got that endorsement last week, the Derek Trucks endorsement.
Actually, no, it is legal, because we are just doing it to show people, and we are commenting on it.
I mean, we're not calling it our own.
What?
We're not calling it our own.
Right. It's Derek Trucks.
Derek Trucks.
He's a great guy. And if anything, I mean,
if you can give your opinion on something, why shouldn't you be able to play it?
And also, I can, if anyone actually does listen to this, they might be turned on to Derek Trucks.
Exactly.
He was 17, I think.
Derek Trucks?
For this album. 1996, yeah. I love how he accents it. Da da da. Da da da. Da 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 da.
I could top that solo any day.
It's got, the mix in his playing is so great. You've got like Eastern music, like Indian and Pakistani, I think. A lot of that, a lot of the Delta blues stuff. Some Chicago blues. And holy shit, a lot of Dwayne Allman. That was a little mistake there.
Whenever they use that one piano, I always think of Sonic.
The piano.
Yeah, it's like a synthesizer.
Organ,
yeah. It always makes me think of Sonic, like the music to Sonic. I think in like the second level.
I don't know. I didn't really play it. I played Sonic only a few times.
I had a Genesis, so I played a lot of Sonic.
Sega Genesis. Yeah, I had one of those, but I never really played it. Like, I went to this place program in Sunray, and
put on some Radiohead
after school.
No. Make a channel.
Fucking hate. But the like place coordinator gave me like her son's Sega.
It was queued up.
And it came with like games and controllers, but I think at that time I don't know, I think at that time I wasn't really into console video games. I don't know. Either that or I just had a PS2.
Oh, PS2 has always been my favorite out of all of them.
No, I didn't have a PS2 quite yet, but
I love PS2. I think it has the best games and best gameplay, best setup, most consistency. You can turn this down.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. The Medal of Honor series on PS2.
Oh, I know.
Fantastic.
Kingdom Hearts, fucking Final Fantasy, Shadow of the Colossus, I think is one of the greatest games ever made.
You know what I really liked? God of War 1 and 2.
God of War. I love God of War 2. I mean, so many classics. And classics that, like, you wouldn't think are classics until you play them.
Need for Speed. SOCOM. And Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Pretty much the only shooter game I've ever played and enjoyed. Yeah, I mean, Kingdom Hearts are my favorite games of all time. Oh, Harvest Moon. They did a really good Harvest Moon for it, even though that's more of a Nintendo thing. But I love Harvest Moon. I don't know. I thought the N64 comes in a close second, and then probably the Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah, the Xbox 360 probably.
The Sega Genesis is pretty awesome, though.
But Xbox, I mean, has a lot of problems, especially the earlier ones. Like, up until, like, the slim ones, I think, maybe even the slim ones, too, because they haven't been out long enough, but all the other ones have a tendency to fail.
Yeah, that is true.
They just fail. They're the red ring of death.
But I mean, their sales are still incredibly high, so I think that shows the quality of the system.
Yeah, and most of the time they're under warranty.
I mean, when I stopped getting into video games, the Xbox is only the ever system I considered buying, and I didn't.
Yeah, because it was of Skyrim.
Yeah, so when Skyrim came out, I thought about buying. That's when I really wanted to buy one.
Too much hype. Oh my god.
Oh, I know.
I hate.
I mean, Danny doesn't even play his anymore.
Yeah, how far did he get?
Not far.
Like level 5?
I don't know. He's pretty mediocre at that kind of game. Actually, not any kind of game, really.
Yeah. I got to level like 50. But, I mean, it was so easy. I just built a bunch of iron daggers. You know? I'm like, no, if I'm gonna... I mean, if I can level up faster and get my armor up, let's do it. Especially if it doesn't matter. You know, you're not gonna... I mean, you can outlevel your enemies a little bit.
A little bit.
Actually, no. They stay the same in most places. But, in like, if you, let's say if you leveled up one perk solely, I mean, you'd outlevel...
You're speaking to the most niche part, whatever that word is. Like...
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Alright, well, good call.
I mean, you yell at me for ranting and rumbling and...
Yeah.
Radiohead.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny because like I passed them over so many times. Like I kept hearing Radiohead.
But then it was your dad's friend that turned you on to them.
Yeah, well, he made a good case for them, and he was completely correct.
Yeah, but I mean, you probably want to get into them because he's your dad's friend too.
Yeah, I guess that's part of it. But I mean
you are loyal as fuck.
I know. I checked him out before because of him, and I didn't like him because my dad was like, "Hey, Craig Hunkin wanted to know if you liked Radiohead," and I was like, "No, not really." And then I listened to him, and I was like, "Yeah, no, still don't really like him." And then and he insisted I check out again. He's like, "Just listen to OK Computer, really listen to it, and you'll understand." And I did. But yeah, I do have a little bit of a loyalty problem. I I am the Jesse to the world's Walt. But like I expect a certain amount of loyalty back. Like, I get so pissed off when like
dude, Walt's also pretty loyal.
Yeah.
Like during season, like the late season 2 and season 3, he was ridiculously loyal to Jesse. Like, I mean, after a certain point, I mean, he's not gonna really betray him, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like, yeah, I also have to wonder like how much of that is protecting himself.
But still, like, he's fucked up so many times because of Jesse.
I know.
I mean, Jesse has been there for him, you know, but I don't know. He probably. I mean, because he was his student, you know, and the age. I mean, he probably thinks of him as, if not a son, something close to it.
Oh, I know. There's that one scene when he's in a bar, and he's like, "I've got this one nephew."
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like the scene whenever I realized that Walt really, like, did care.
Yeah.
Such a good show. I prefer a lot of shows more, but like I don't prefer a lot of shows that are better.
Yeah, the only one I prefer more is Arrested Development because the episodes are shorter. Like sometimes I don't want to sit down and watch TV for an hour, but like a quick 20 minutes, that's nice.
I don't know if those are two things you can compare though.
Well, I mean, you said which I would prefer.
I guess, yeah. I mean, Arrested Development goes without saying that it's one of the best TV shows and probably the best comedy of all time. But I still prefer It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen them all?
Haven't seen them all?
Yeah, the rest of the Sunny.
No, I've seen them all.
Oh, I thought they were playing new ones.
I mean, it's still going on, but I've seen everyone that's out. I don't know. It's probably like I can sort of identify with It's Always Sunny a lot more. The sheer ridiculousness of it.
Didn't you say Arrested Development was coming back?
Yeah, they are. But I mean,
do you think it's gonna be?
I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a bunch of bullcrap. Like, you know how like you were saying premieres play into themselves.
Yeah, this is gonna.
It's gonna be like that
kill
the
it
entire
the whole way.
time.
Yeah,
that's like when I watched Serenity, which is the movie that they made. The fans like campaigned for them to make after Firefly. The entire thing was like inside jokes.
Oh wow, that's low.
I know. I mean, it was perfect for the fans, but you're not gonna bring in any new.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
But I mean, they would have to do a different family, right?
No, they're doing the same family.
What?
They're bringing back every single character, dude.
Michael Cera. Oh my God, that's
I didn't even
that's
think
gonna be terrible.
Maybe they'll do it like 5 years later or something. I mean, I think the writers.
No, everyone knows Michael Cera to be too old for that.
You don't think the writers can pull it off? I mean, look at the writers. They're the best writers.
How old? No, I don't know.
2004, I think it ended.
Dude, no way. He's 8 years older. He was like 50. He's like 23 now.
I know. He still looks like a little.
So you want him to play 18?
Yeah. You don't think, of all people, Michael Cera can't play 18?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if he'd like want that type of thing. You know, I mean, he's got to be. I'm sure he wants to be growing out of that. You know.
I think he's
like
making bank off it. He's no Jesse Eisenberg. Like, Jesse Eisenberg was like caught in the same role, and then he did Social Network and like blew everybody's mind that he could actually act.
Yeah.
Past that like wishy-washy.
Yeah. But Michael Cera hasn't proven himself yet, I don't think.
He hasn't. I mean, I like Michael Cera, but have you ever seen that Michael Cera like flip out, like that on-screen flip out?
No.
It's great. He's like holding a smoothie, and he has like a pink sweater on with like a mint green sweater, like just the gayest outfit.
Yeah.
He's like holding a banana smoothie, and he's just bitching out like the entire. It's hilarious. Like, if you want to play it, we should play it.
Yeah, we should. But Tom York, just Tom York.
Yeah, Tom York is the lead singer of Radiohead. He's got like a lazy eye.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of awesome.
What is
Just do Michael Cera flip out or something. It's with a C. Michael Cera with a C.
Oh, I did an S?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that, actually. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to believe me, but I knew that.
You should probably pause the music. And turn this up.
And it's been going on for a long time, and it's not one person, it's everyone. I'm not gonna talk, okay? Behavioral issues? The least of my fucking problems. Okay, hey, say it to me. Say it to me. What? You say it. We did it. And what is it? Say it in English. Say it in English. Holy God. Chewy, I need to hear it. I need to hear it to understand.
I mean, the comments say it's a parody, but...
Okay, what is it, Chewy? It was a skit. I respect you people. I respect the crew. I respect you, Max. But you're amateurs. Give me 100% of the crew is amateurs, but if this movie's worth watching, it'll be a fucking miracle. Because it'll be the first time in history that a movie made by amateurs was any good at all. And my heart's in it, and you guys step on my heart every day. You know? And they're calling me, and I don't know what to tell them. And I respect the crew. And I see it on the call sheet every day. They'll leave these funny little trivia things about what I say and all that. And it's not funny.
There's no one, people think they're nice. There's really no reason to, there's somebody, you can figure out who
behavioral issues. When I pay money every month to talk to people about, I talk to people and they tell me what the issues are, so I don't need to hear it here. It's the least of my fucking problems at this point. And this movie is, I mean, as well as I do this. What nose do I have? I am down to earth. No? Yeah, if you want to laugh, then laugh. If it's funny, people laugh when things are funny. Don't hold it in. Exactly. Funny, right? Haha. Let's do a take.
All right, guys, looks like we're going again. Take your best.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the comments say that it was a joke, and there were some lines taken directly from, like, the Christian Bale rant. I saw it a while ago, so I thought it was legit, but still, pretty good job on his part.
You know what? This is probably not true, but there's a chance that actually got out, and his PA guy, said that.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but like the Christian Bale rant had some exact lines like I respect the crew, but they're amateur. Yeah, so that's gonna bring this show to a close. We'll try and get another one done for you guys if time allows it. Very busy schedules in the Patio 727 conglomerate, where we've actually someday maybe we're gonna get out there and do some filming.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
If you can't wait, you might want to investigate some alternate universes, see if we have done one in
there.
Yeah,
the one where we're famous. We got like 6,000 viewers on our YouTube page. So like
6,000 viewers. Yeah, that's a good amount, because I don't know. Like TJ had probably around 6,000 subscribers, and he was still worth watching. And then he had like 30,000. Nah.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
Peace.